So this is another daily decode. Drag performer Jiggly Caliente from RuPaul's Drag Race franchise dies at age 44 after hospitalization. Okay. They're saying this is just days after her family reported uh, hospitalization for a serious infection, right? This is what they're saying. They're saying she had a serious infection, okay? And now she dies a few days later at age 44. All right. Um let's play this video.
It's a sad day for fans around the world. Jiggly Caliente, beloved star of RuPaul's Drag Race and Pose, has passed away at the age of 44. Born Bianca Castro-Arabejo, Jiggly was known for her vibrant spirit, fierce performances, and heartfelt advocacy for the LGBTQ+ community. Recently, her family shared that she had undergone a partial leg amputation due to a severe infection.
Okay. So I like to go on the fly with slides. So let's hear that again.
Her family shared that she had undergone a partial leg amputation due to a severe infection.
Okay, so a partial leg amputation due to an infection. We'll just put leg amputation there. Look at that. Look how we just did that on the fly. All right. Leg amputation 197 in reverse. And it matches RuPaul's full name. Look at that right there. RuPaul Andre Charles. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? On the fly. And I sure hope that you heard the video. Look at that. That's what they said. RuPaul, the full name 197, like leg amputation. Isn't that awesome with the language?
Partial leg amputation due to a recently, her family shared that she had undergone a partial leg amputation due to a severe infection.
You know, she suffered a partial leg amputation due to a severe leg infection. Can you believe that? Right? Isn't that amazing? And let's go over here. And I hope I don't have to edit none of this, but I mean, isn't that amazing? Died Sunday at the age of 44, days after her family reported hospitalization for a serious infection. So are they saying that that's the cause of death? Or you know what I mean? Right? So that's Castro-Arabejo. So that's the real name, I guess, last name. Who became a judge on Drag Race Philippines in 2022, scrapped plans to appear on the upcoming season. Are you sure it was up to her? Look at that. After a recent hospitalization for a severe infection and a leg amputation surgery, her family said in a statement on her Instagram page. And then it says she died early Sunday. Her family said in another statement. So I guess we're just to connect the two, I guess. Right? They're not like, they kind of give us these little hints and clues, and I guess we just got to like put the pieces together which I mean, I guess it goes hand in hand, I guess, but they could have been a little bit more clear, I think, right? That's just my opinion. Okay, so died Sunday at age 44, days after her family reported hospitalization for a serious infection, all right, and a leg amputation surgery. Okay, so that's, wow. So let's go back over here. Jeez, man, right?
Despite being surrounded by loved ones, Jiggly peacefully passed away on April 27th, 2025. Jiggly made her mark competing in Drag Race Season 4, later starring in Pose as Veronica Ferocity, and serving as a judge on Drag Race Philippines. She inspired countless lives with her authenticity and strength. Tributes have poured in from fellow drag stars, remembering her as a caring soul who brought light to everyone she met.
How creepy is that video?
Though she is no longer with us, the joy and courage Jiggly shared with the world will never be forgotten. Rest in peace.
All right, and they say an advocate or whatever for LBTGQ. Thank goodness it's Friday, TGIF or whatever, right? That community. So geez. So here's the character here, and again, Bianca Castro-Arabejo, known professionally as Jiggly Caliente, was a Filipino-American drag performer and entertainer. Rose to prominence after competing on the fourth season of RuPaul's Drag Race and the sixth season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. So you get the four and the six right there. Fourth season, and then they say the sixth season of the Drag Race All Stars. So that's 46, right? And remember, we just connected leg amputation with RuPaul's full name on the fly. But the four and then the six seasons, like 46, I do know Sacrifice has the 46. You see that right there? And we're not done with this sacrifice word as well. So, with what we have learned so far, let's go over here. Okay, and I thought this was amazing because this refers to a drag queen, right? A person, usually male, who uses drag clothing and makeup to imitate and often exaggerate female gender signifiers and gender roles for entertainment purposes. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Isn't that amazing? Because it makes you think how much of this is how many males are portraying females, but more deceiving, right? Where they're actually getting a lot of us to believe that a lot of these entertainers are females, but they're males. Isn't that amazing how they put it like that for entertainment purposes? And you want to know, when I was doing a little bit of research on this character, from just kind of like the look and such, I don't know why I was getting like Cardi B vibes. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know why. I was looking at some of the images, and I don't know why, but it's like I was seeing Cardi B, which was kind of weird. And with how they say this for entertainment purposes, that's definitely interesting, right? So are we being deceived by more drag queens that, and they're not labeled drag queens? But anyways, notice drag queen. I thought that was interesting because there's been a lot of Queen Elizabeth II energy going on. Remember, the Pope just died on Queen Elizabeth II's birthday, right? Okay. And I just did a Billy Idol breakdown. He's releasing an album, I think it said after about a decade. this new album since his last album. And his last album, I think it was called Kings and Queens or something Kings and Queens. So that's trending as well with a lot of this Queen Elizabeth II energy. And remember, they just had a corgi uh, dog race, which were Queen Elizabeth II's favorite dogs. That was just trending recently. So we get drag queens now trending. And again, don't forget the Pope just died on Queen Elizabeth II's birthday. And don't forget that Prince also died on that day in history, right? So even serious infection in the language, you get 96, and it's in the same cipher as RuPaul's Drag Race. I just mentioned the Britain corgi dog race with Queen Elizabeth II's favorite dogs. I did that breakdown, I think, a week ago. You can go check it out. And you see how that connects with RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay? Not a lot of decoders can do this where they present slides to you and then catch connections on the fly like that and show how it makes sense, right? But I seem to, it's a gift and a curse. So I'm not bragging about that, right? It's a gift and a curse because you see, and this is real time right here. I'm not going to like reset this. I don't have time. I do this all the time, right? I just go. But you see how I just connected that. And you can go check out that Corgi dog race breakdown synced up with the Queen. If you just scroll back on the video page on this channel, you'll see it. And if you watch it, I mean, you'll be amazed again by all the connections with other stories in that breakdown. But even Drag Race Philippines, isn't that amazing? Castro-Arabejo, who became a judge on Drag Race Philippines, the Queen Elizabeth II, her husband was Prince Philip. Okay? Isn't that amazing, man? And now we get Drag Race Philippines synced up with that dog race. The Corgi dog race synced up with Queen Elizabeth II. And then we get Philip, like her husband was Prince Philip. Pope P, Philippines P, Philip P, the musician singer, right? Prince, he died in Paisley Park, PP. Ugh. Wow, but anyways, RuPaul's Drag Race in the language 96, like serious infection with Jiggly Caliente here. You see that? And if you didn't know, now you know. This is kind of well known within the decoding community, the gematria community. Kill equals 44. Hospital equals 44. In the language, this character dies at age 44. And remember, they said she was a member of season 4 over here on the right. It's the 4th season of RuPaul's Drag Race. You see that? And the 6th season, and we already connected Sacrifice with the 46. So, after competing on the 4th season of RuPaul's Drag Race, dead at 44, hospital equals 44, kill equals 44. Wow, right? Geez, it's like, and there may be more 44s there as well. Obviously, I can't go over everything. And I can't even recreate this energy, so this is kind of nerve-wracking doing these, hitting record. You don't even know if it's really recording. RuPaul's last birthday, November 17th, left 44 days in the year. Okay? So does somebody want to say that? Does somebody want to question this? Even drag performer, it's the first two words they give us in the title of the article, the Associated Press article. Look, drag performer equals 144. ABC 123 cipher, okay? These letters are numbers, right? This is a code. And I'm just trying to expose it for y'all. Isn't that amazing? A drag perform. Yeah, there's probably some racing connections with race cars as well. With actual drag racing. So I want you to see here that RuPaul's birthday is 11/17, and I just showed you that last birthday left 44 days in the year to connect. So the birthday's 1117 for RuPaul. That show's based on her. This character dies a part of that show, right? So she's got the 1117 birthday, November 17th, RuPaul. And this character, Caliente, Jiggly Caliente, she dies April 27th, the 117th day of the year. You see that? 117. And then the RuPaul birthday, 1117. Look, RuPaul's Drag Race has produced 17 seasons to date as of 2025. You've got to be kidding me, right? Born on the 17th, 1117. And again, Jiggly Caliente dies on the 117th day of the year. Oh, notice how RuPaul is age 64. And Jiggly Caliente was a part of the 6th season of Drag Race All Stars. And then they said the 4th season of Drag Race or whatever. And remember, sacrifice equals 46, the same numbers. So no matter what we do here, I mean, it's like, how deep do you want to go? That's why these videos are at least 20 minutes and they go to 30 minutes sometimes. 4th season of RuPaul's Drag Race and the 6th season of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. So you get those same numbers, and RuPaul is age 64. Wow. Isn't that, I'll just say it's wild. I'm not going to use any of these words we're programmed to use. That's crazy. It's not crazy. These are facts they give us, okay? Supposed facts. I'm just reporting. 17 seasons. Even RuPaul got married in 2017. Kill equals 17. Sacrifice equals 170, like 17. Okay? So you get kill with the 44 connection. That's the picture right there where I was thinking I was getting Cardi B vibes. Okay? Just like a side note, I'm not like going super heavy on that, but I was getting Cardi B vibes. And I'm not saying Cardi B like looks like a man and all of that, but we don't know how we're getting fooled, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I was simply doing this breakdown and I was getting Cardi B vibes. That's all I'm saying. But you see how the 44 and 17 connect here with kill, and kill equals 17 and 44. We connected 46, sacrifice equals 46 with the 4th and 6th seasons of this show, and then the All-Star show. RuPaul age 64. Okay. But you see, sacrifice has 170 like 17, and even she got married the first month in the year 2017. So you get the 117 again like 17. Okay? It's not a coincidence that Jiggy Caliente her birthday is in the same month as RuPaul. RuPaul's got the November 17 birthday. 12 days later is Jiggly Caliente's birthday. Check that out. It's not a coincidence. I'm trying to think of what other words can I use. I'm not here to entertain. I mean, I'm not exposing a fake world. That should be credit enough, right? Anybody can come on here and do like a food review of some new burger from McDonald's. You know, we got enough of these videos, right? Not enough people have the gift to be able to expose this. I happen to be one of those people, okay? It's not a coincidence their birthdays are 12 days apart. Okay, so I mean, look how that was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Heartbreaking news shakes the drag community as RuPaul's Drag Race star Jiggly Caliente has passed away at just 44 years old. Her death comes just days after she underwent a leg amputation due to severe health complications. Jiggly, known for her vibrant spirit,
So I guess she died of the infection, I guess.
fierce performances, and advocacy for the trans community, leaves behind a legacy that touched millions. Fans across the world are mourning the loss of a true icon. Rest
An icon. Wow. Okay.
in power, Jiggly. Gone but never forgotten.
Hold on, you know why that's interesting? Oh, what move? Oh, it was J-Lo that had the Jiggly movie, right? That's interesting. And J-Lo, I mentioned Cardi B earlier, didn't I? Does J-Lo have some kind of connection with Cardi B? I bet, right? But that's interesting because we have this movie with Affleck and J-Lo, and I'm not trying to go like all far off here, but when you think of these things for a reason is all I'm saying. Right? But yeah, I don't want to go too far on that. I do want to look at Cardi B. I kind of briefly looked at Cardi B, and I think Cardi B there's some kind of connection here. It doesn't mean I'm going to find it. But I was getting Cardi B vibes while doing this breakdown. I do notice Cardi B is born on the 11th day of October, and both of our characters in this breakdown uh, are born in the 11th month. Now, Cardi B is trending with Stefan Diggs right now. Okay? I did notice that even before I caught this possible connection. Look, Cardi B is trending with Stefan Diggs right now. Okay? I don't know, there's maybe a romance or something going on there. So that is kind of interesting as well. And there might be something right in front of my face here that I'm missing also. But I just wanted to bring that up cuz I don't usually get these vibes for no reason. Where was Cardi B? What's her like background? Where is Cardi B's parents from?
According to Wikipedia, her father Carlos is Dominican and her mother Clara is a Trinidadian of African and Spanish descent.
All right. So yeah, I don't I'm not trying to go super heavy and attack the Cardi B character here, but I'm just letting you know that I was kind of getting Cardi B vibes. I don't know if it's just maybe the look, the makeup, I don't know. But I just wanted to put that out there. And again, I'm not going like super duper heavy with that, but Cardi B is trending at the same time as well. There's probably okay, RuPaul's Drag Race. Does that might connect with the Pope that just died? And remember, drag Queen Elizabeth II. The Pope just died on Queen Elizabeth II's birthday. Look, RuPaul. There was a Pope Paul, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Pope John Paul. See? I'm telling you, this stuff it's all within the language here. And this dude's birthday's right around the corner next month as well. So, and then the current pope just dies. And it's synced up with the Queen on Queen Elizabeth II's birthday, and now we get the story about drag queens. So yeah, wow. Right? So they say a leg infection, a leg amputation, and then the character dies, right? Dies at 44 after hospitalization. There's gonna be more within the article. Wow. I'm just gonna scroll down. I'm gonna end it, and then I'm gonna say, oh look what I missed. I'm not tripping on it. It's just let's just scroll down the article. Yeah, and that's what we get. She publicly came out as transgender in 2016 on a podcast, partly because she said she received letters from fans who were struggling with their own gender identities. And is it self-explanatory? Let's just look over here again. And you see 17 seasons. RuPaul's Drag Race is a reality show in which a group of talented drag queens compete in challenges to impress host RuPaul, the world's most famous drag queen. So something had to give. So that's what they call a sacrifice. It doesn't mean it's her fault. Him's fault. You know, that's just how the world operates. Okay, that's how it balances. You understand? Ooh, and look at this. Yeah, even to win a cash prize along with the crown, as we were just talking about Queen Elizabeth II. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, this is drag queens. So, man, stuff is so wild. Okay, look at this. Look at how the Queen died at age 96. You see that right there? Queen Elizabeth II dies at age 96. Check this out. Serious infection equals 96. RuPaul's Drag Race equals 96 in the language. And Queen Elizabeth II dies at age 96. And she died hold on, she died in 2022. Look at this. Castro-Arabejo, who became a judge on Drag Race Philippines in 2022, scrapped plans to appear on the upcoming season after a recent hospitalization. You see that right there? And the Queen died in 2022. But remember, the Queen died on opening day of the NFL season that year. And remember, Cardi B's trending with Stephon Diggs, football player, right? Who's probably fast. And then remember, we just had the Corgi dog race with Queen Elizabeth II's favorite Corgi dogs. And now we get this drag race. Jeez. Okay, so RIP, you know, I don't want to overlook if there is any deaths going on here. But the world it's not real. Drag performer Jiggly Caliente from RuPaul's Drag Race franchise dies at 44 after hospitalization. RIP. I'll catch y'all on the next breakdown.